G'day, Shah here for Four Wheels on the Road. Today I'm just going to do a quick video about auto electrics. It's something I get quite a lot of questions about myself and have a lot of discussions with people about. It's a subject that you can only sort of really learn about by trial and error, and if you don't have a lot of money to spend yourself, it's probably something you'd rather not learn about through trial and error. So probably something you should give a little bit more thought to. So what I thought I'd do is give you a bit of information that I've gained throughout the various builds that I've had on the truck, and hopefully it gives you some assistance in putting together your own setup. So let's take a look. Just quickly before we begin, I just want to mention that I don't have any affiliation with any of the companies that make products that I'll make mention of that are installed here in Maggie. These are all just products that I've gravitated to because I thought they looked like they were the best products for the job and the best value for what I actually wanted set up in the truck. The first point and the primary point that I'd like to cover is think about what you need now for your setup, which seems kind of obvious, but there's another tie-in point which a lot of people really do not think about at all, and I see it so often, and that is think about what you might need in the future. So while you may only just want some power in your truck for a refrigerator right now, give some thought to other things that you might potentially be able to use 240 or 12 volt power for at a later date. So you might want to have your stereo running off a separate 12 volt system, or you might want to actually have separate 12 volt inputs, which I've actually got set up in here. Those sorts of things you don't think about, but once you give it a little bit of consideration, or you've actually been out and utilizing your vehicle quite a bit, those things become invaluable. Something that I see all too often in setups of other people, they really haven't given any consideration to what they require in the future, and they end up with one piece of electronic gear attached, and then they attach another little piece, and then another little piece, and then suddenly you've got 150 things hanging off the terminals of your battery. You've got kilometers and kilometers of a cable running through your truck, and you're not sure what item runs what, and the whole thing's a damn mess. It's something that, you know, people go through a rationalization process when they're setting their rigs up and say, alright, well, I don't have the money right now. But to be honest, from all of the setups that I've done, really save up the money. It seems like it's a lot of money to outlay. I actually have a Redarc set up, as you can see here. It did cost quite a bit of money, but I tell you what, I don't have a damn worry about anything. I don't have to worry about anything adding on later. I don't have to worry about spare inputs for things. I don't have to worry about what thing runs what. I don't have to worry about you know, what fuse has gone off if one particular thing is not working in the setup. I know exactly where everything is at any given stage. It's all in one particular unit. The second thing I'd like to focus on is what the systems are actually capable of. So do your research, have a look into what battery systems are actually capable of. Some people might just think that they can, you know, run a 240 volt system off one little tiny 90 amp hour battery or something like that, and expect to get, you know, 6 hours running time out of their microwave or something. You need to do your research and work out what systems are capable of what things. Hand in hand with that, as well as, you know, sort of don't let the whole system get away from you and think, oh god, it's going to be too much money. Just make a realistic expectation for yourself on what you think you might need and what your dream setup in the future would be, and see if you can find a middle ground in between that, and then start setting things up or thinking about what you want to set up from that point right there. The next thing that you want to actually give a big lot of consideration to is where you want your batteries. Personally, I've got batteries set up internally here in Maggie, so that's something that actually suited me. It might not suit other people, but gives some thought and some consideration to how you'd like your setup to be. There are different batteries that go into different places. I'm not actually going to be here to sort of tell you what batteries go where. If you do want to know anything like that, the information, just leave a comment down below and I'll actually answer your questions there. But think about also not only where you want your batteries, but what type of batteries to get. As with anything electrical, you're going to get what you pay for. So if you buy a cheap and dodgy battery, it's not going to be the greatest. You might as well just invest the money, same as with your system to begin with the Redarc one, for example. You might as well just invest in something that is good, rather than spending money on some dodgy crap that may or may not last a year, may or may not even last 10 minutes. Personally, I'd much rather have the peace of mind that something is going to work, and it's going to work every single damn time. I've got Century batteries specifically inside here, so I've made sure that I've spent some money on some reasonable batteries. There are much better batteries out there, but that's just the ones that I went with. They were the size that I required. It was more of a size thing for my particular setup here. So in summary, if you do have any questions yourself and you'd like to know a little bit more information, just shoot a comment down below and I'll be happy to answer it. I do have quite a bit of knowledge in this, and I've tried to sort of skim across the top. It's very difficult to do that, but you can end up talking for hours and hours about how to set up a vehicle, and just with the electrics, that is. But I don't have that long, and I don't want to make a video that's that long because it's just painful. I'd rather just answer a few specific things, and a few specific things that I haven't seen much or any information out there about. And that primarily is the way to think about things, and what to think about, not necessarily what stuff to put in your truck. What stuff to put in your truck is useless. Particular things don't suit particular people. So hopefully this information's given you something to think about, and hopefully it's fired a few things off for you and you've gone, oh, you know what, that might actually suit me. So hopefully it's been of some value to you. Alright, thanks for your time today. Have a great day. Bye.